Hello SkyHawk fans and welcome to the second season of SkyHawk Update. I know it's been a little while, but we're back and ready to get you caught up with the fall season here at Stonehill. I'm Murray and I am thrilled to have Lee Greeley back with me at the desk. And Lee, it was a huge week in SkyHawk Nation with a massive upset on the road and a team climbing all the way to third place in the national rankings.
That's right, Brendan. Fall sports are already well underway and we have two SkyHawk teams sitting atop the Northeast 10 Conference and another poised for the playoff push. Let's kick it off with volleyball first.
Thanks a lot, Lee. And with just a handful of games left, the volleyball team has put together a solid season here in 2013. They've played to a 12-10 overall record, including an impressive 4-2 record in the conference with wins over Assumption College, St. Anselm College, St. Michael's College, and Southern New Hampshire University. The team currently sits at 5th place in the NE10, but is poised to make a run at the conference leaders, the University of New Haven and rival Bentley, with games remaining against each of the top 4 NE10 teams. Coach Lauren Amundsen's squad is led offensively by sophomore Delia Phillips with 228 kills and captain Kirsten Arvidsson with 193. Defensively, the team is led by senior duo Jessica Frankowski and Cindy Maxey, each with more than 240 digs. The volleyball team is next in action 1 p.m. this coming Saturday, October 26th at Merkert Gymnasium for their annual Dig Pink game to help raise awareness and money for the fight against breast cancer with t-shirt giveaways, raffles, and other promotions. The SkyHawks will be doing battle against the Owls of Southern Connecticut State University, who currently sit at 9th in the NE10.
Shifting over to field hockey, their team is perfect, and that's not an exaggeration. Through 14 games so far, the SkyHawks are undefeated and have gotten off to their best start in program history. But this may have never been the case if it wasn't for their hard work in their first game of the season. The SkyHawks started their season against the third-ranked Bloomsburg University, and it took extra time to notch the win for Stonehill when sophomore Erica Kelly netted her third goal of the game to get the hat trick for herself and the win for the team. That win set the tone for the SkyHawks season. Kelly continued her hot start by scoring 4 more times in their next game against East Stroudsburg en route to their 6-5 win. Over their next 6 games, the SkyHawks defense and goaltending took over as they allowed only a single goal in 5 of those 6 games and only 2 goals in the other. Their next test game against Northeast 10 Conference opponent, Bentley University. Erica Kelly came up big once again with her 4th hat trick of the year, with her last goal coming in overtime to secure the win. But their biggest test came last week against American International College. Both Stonehill and AIC's defenses battled as they went into overtime, tied at 1. It took double overtime for junior All-American Emily Sedaris to score her second game-winning goal of the season and maintain Stonehill's perfection on the year. Erica Kelly has been a force throughout the year with her team and NE10 leading 28 goals. Sophomore Laura Giordano and senior Kelly Gavea both have 7 goals, and 5 other SkyHawks have 2 goals apiece. Seniors Kelsey Davis and Devin Ingersoll have been the playmakers for the SkyHawks with 7 assists each on the year. With 4 games left in the season, I'm not saying anything to jinx their winning streak, but SkyHawks field hockey is in prime position for another long and successful postseason run.
We'll go over to soccer now, where the men's soccer team is looking to put a positive end to what has been a tough season, as the boys have played just a 4-8-1 overall record, including an 11th place 3-6-1 record in NE10 competition. Sophomore forward Drew Montano leads the team with 2 goals in 2013, and senior Kevin Gilmartin is the leading passer on the squad with 2 assists. There is some good news for this team, however, as wins in their final 3 games would put them at 500 for the season and could even qualify them for the NE10 playoffs, which includes the top 8 teams in the conference. Stonehill currently sits just a game and a half behind playoff position. 2 of the remaining 3 games will be played on their home turf of SkyHawk Field, with the first coming up this Saturday at 11 a.m. when the SkyHawks will take on Northeastern 10 Cellar Dwellers, the last place Hawks of Assumption College.
Over to football now, the SkyHawks traveled to New Haven to face a tough Chargers team who hadn't lost to a Northeast 10 team in 21 straight games. They looked to get their offense going early and often, and they did just that. 4 minutes into the first quarter, Logan Meyer finds his favorite target, Nate Robitaille, for the first score of the game to go up by 7. Stonehill held New Haven scoreless in the first quarter, but New Haven responded in the second with 2 unanswered touchdowns. They missed one of their extra points though, so they only went up 13-7. But Stonehill responded with 11 minutes left in the quarter when Colin Marcus found a way at the goal line to get through for the score. Stonehill then went on to hit their extra point to go up 14-13. The SkyHawks and Chargers traded possessions for the rest of the half until New Haven scored another touchdown to retake the lead, 20-14. The SkyHawks looked to get one more score to extend their lead at the end of the half, but they couldn't. Myers looking for a target, but he gets picked off by New Haven at the goal line to keep Stonehill down by 6. New Haven scored the only touchdown of the third quarter as they extended their lead 26-14. And in the fourth quarter, Stonehill scored on their first drive when Meyer found Gordon McLeod to shrink the deficit to 5. New Haven's defense would hold strong until the last SkyHawk drive of the game. It seemed like all hope was lost, but on a 2nd and 10 play for the SkyHawks, Meyer, he was looking as he rolls out for someone far downfield, and he looks for a 50-yard completion to Nate Robitaille. Meyer would end up completing another pass to McLeod to put them on the 7-yard line. And with 27 seconds left in the game, Meyer would set up for the last play of the drive, which would end up being successful. I hate to bring the spoiler, but he looks for his favorite target, super sophomore Corey White, in the end zone, who managed to hold on for the score to put the SkyHawks up by 1. With that in mind, Coach Talley decided to go for 2, so New Haven would have to kick the field goal to tie. And the SkyHawks got the 2 points as Meyer found Marcus for a short completion in the end zone. New Haven would get one more try to tie it up with 27 seconds left. And after a long screen pass, the Chargers were set up for the tie. It looked like New Haven was going to sneak out another win against Stonehill, but New Haven, for some reason, wanted to go for the win. They could have tied it up with a field goal. They tried this tough back shoulder pass, and it can't be brought down. And in stunning fashion, Stonehill pulls off the upset, 29-26. And with the win, Stonehill snaps New Haven's 21-game winning streak against any 10 opponents. And as you can see, the SkyHawks were jubilated, as they still have a chance at an any 10 conference title. Women's soccer has seen its ups and downs this year. After going winless in their first 4 games, the SkyHawks went on a 3-game winning streak. They notched their first win against any 10 opponent, St. Michael's College. Stonehill took the lead early when freshman forward Lowen Capetos scored in the 8th minute. They added to their lead just 8 minutes later when junior midfielder Maddie Manning put another one past St. Mike's. Stonehill would dig their heels in on defense as they went on to win the game 2-1. The SkyHawks followed up that win with 2 more victories, beating both Lemoyne College and Franklin Pierce University 1-0 respectively. But Stonehill hit another rough patch after their 3-game winning streak as they were winless in their next 6 games. With the SkyHawks struggling offensively, it's been all about their defense to keep them in games. And they've done just that in their last 2 efforts, beating both Southern Connecticut State University and Bentley College in overtime by scores of 2-1. Against SCSU, junior forward Megan Sullivan got the SkyHawks on the board first when she scored in the 33rd minute. SCSU responded quickly, though, as they tied it up in the 37th minute. Both teams held each other scoreless until overtime, when Sullivan scored again in the 95th minute to snap Stonehill's winless streak. Against Bentley, the SkyHawks played from behind after a Bentley score in the 18th minute. With just 4 minutes left in the game, freshman forward Lauren Capetos found a way to put one behind Bentley to tie the game up. With momentum on their side going into overtime, junior forward Renee Trudeau scored just 1 minute into extra play to start another win streak for the SkyHawks. At 5-5-1, the SkyHawks are in the middle of the pack at the NE10 conference. Junior forward Megan Sullivan leads the SkyHawks with 4 goals and 8 points. With 3 games left in the season, the SkyHawks will look to end their season on a high note by extending their winning streak against the College of St. Rose on October 26.
From soccer to cross country now, and both the men's and women's cross country teams find themselves in rarefied air here in the late part of their seasons, as both squads have been tapped by NE10 coaches as the favorites to take home the title in this weekend's NE10 Conference Championship race. The race takes place this Sunday, October 27th, in Manchester, New Hampshire, and the number 22 nationally ranked women's squad is looking to continue their NE10 dominance by picking up their 12th conference title in just 14 years. They've been led all season by senior captain and 3-time All-NE10 conference runner Chelsea Bishop. Joining Bishop in helping the women continue their historic run will be classmates Elizabeth La Regina and captain Emily Reagan. La Regina won NE10 Athlete of the Week on September 7th of this year after her first place performance at the Shackley Invitational, while Regan is coming off an impressive NE10 Rookie of the Year season in 2010. Meanwhile, the men of Stonehill's cross-country program are hoping to knock up their 3rd consecutive conference title on Sunday and will look to the legs of senior doer Stephen Leonard and captain Trent Fontella. Leonard claimed 17th at last year's conference title race and will look to improve on that performance, while Fontella is hoping to build on his own 17th place performance earlier this year at the Division II Challenge. Junior pairing Daniel Gordon and captain Brian Wilcox also look to play big roles this weekend. Gordon is coming off great freshman and sophomore seasons, earning third-team All-NE10 honors in both years, while Wilcox hopes to top this team's leading 8th-place finish in last year's event.
Well, Brendan, that's going to wrap it up for us, the first edition of the second season of SkyHawk Update. We'd like to thank you guys at home for tuning in.
Yep, and make sure to check youtube.com/SkyHawk Update every week from now on for all new episodes, and follow @SkyHawk Update on Twitter. And as always, go Skyhawks!